You're right, folks, and welcome to a mid-season review on my channel this evening. Hope you're all well. If you're excited for this episode, hit the like button down below and subscribe if you're new as well for daily film content on this channel. Even on Sundays now, which I'm still tempted to keep uploading every day, so you guys don't miss out on any content. In case you're new to this channel, we do season reviews, but also mid-season reviews as well. So you get a chance to have a breather, catch up, and just to kind of just assess where we are in the season and looking ahead at fixtures and that kind of stuff. So not overly long, these videos. They're usually like 10 minutes long, if that. It's not going to be overly in depth. It's a nice dividing point for me to say, right, this is the point where you can catch up on the season if you join it midway through the series. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and all that stuff like I just said. And also down below, Discord and Twitch channel. Twitch channel is Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams. Also, we have a VOD channel down below as well. All my Twitch streams are on VODs there as well. So we're going to start with the Europa League Champions League draw, and we're just going to do the automatic draw. I want an easy draw for once, because we've been really lucky with these draws occasionally. In this, Atletico Madrid, right? Well, it's these. Why couldn't we get like Lazio or something like that? To be fair, based on who finished top of the group, looking at this year, it's not. You know what I mean? There's not many teams there. You giving me easy race. So yeah, Atletico Madrid is not an easy tie at all. But you know what? We've got to win. We've got to do our best to try and win this. That's the main aim, guys. In case you're new to the series, this is the only thing we haven't won yet, Champions League. That's the main aim. So this series will continue to win till I win it. Because I want to pull that off, and eventually, hopefully, we will. Maybe this season because we're in great form. Now look at the youth intake that's just come through. It literally came through a couple of days ago. The youth intake is, I mean, it might be okay. We might get one player out of this. I mean, I've had this before on saves, and it's basically been pretty average, and then we get one decent player out of it. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. I obviously will update you when it comes out. If it's in, I'll try and do a recording of me seeing it as it gets revealed, so you see it live and get a live reaction from me. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to this youth intake in particular. So just the season review so far, this is where we're at with the season and how it's going essentially. As you can see, we're top of the table by, is it 6 points? That's still a very good lead to have in the title race. Rather be 6 points ahead and 6 points behind. We've got to lose as many games as we've lost so far this season again. And, you know, that's definitely possible. I think the break's quite a good time for us. We were getting a bit leggy and a bit erratic, and maybe a break will help with that. But top of the table, which is where we usually are. Top four definitely secured again, which is, you know, my also negative side kicking into gear there. Champions League draw we just saw. Let's go Madrid won our group, which is fantastic with Lazio and Porto in there. Could have been a tricky group, not difficult but tricky. Dutch Pokal again. We'll probably progress in that game against Dresden. I don't foresee any issues with that. And the Super Cup final we won it, which is nice to see. So overall, the season's going pretty well. The Club Vision, as things stand, they're pleased what we're like. Work within wage budget. Why is that an issue? Oh, right. Well, if I just drop this down then. There. That should do it. We're currently spending less than the wage budget, so that should change in a second. But we're ticking all the boxes. I do feel like in future saves, I want to try and stick with culture a bit better. Because, you know, the pieces thing is favoured. But again, that's something that I'm not really focused on. I don't play for set pieces really. I try and work balls through, use wide players, so I don't really play set pieces and do much attention to those, attacking wise at least. And sign German players, yeah, that's something I really could have done more, but it's really hard to sign German players because unless we start with that policy of young players, I mean, I may set scout out to try and find some young German players and top German players to bring to the team to try and, I think that's the beauty of this series now, is that we're in a point where we're not under pressure now. We've established ourselves as a top European side. Just we need a bit more quality and better decision making in certain big games. But we can maybe afford to maybe we want to improve this area. We'll try and sign a German player who's young who we can bring in. So I may work on doing that off camera with the scouting to try and increase that. But that is something that I want to try and do more. But to be fair, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and 4 have been achieved with the club. So it's not too bad in the club culture. This season, of course, one course to everything. I think obviously they want to challenge the title, which is definitely going to happen. Clearly, win Dutch Procol, that's definitely doable, and they want semi-final Champions League. I think the only thing I can see myself getting fired from is the fact that we don't get Champions League a win at some point. But I think the 7 games we have is the club is not in a situation where it's seen as the elite top level ultimate team in world football. So I think if we get like a Real Madrid or PSG or Barcelona, we may lose in the quarterfinal, for example, or something like that. Maybe lose against Madrid. But previously it's been like, well, we understand you lost to Real Madrid, so you know what I mean. It's disappointing that we lost the game, but it's not the ball like, yeah, we get it. It's the big side, and to be fair, we've won teams pretty close. It's very rare we get thrashed in Europe, even though the game may look like being thrashed. It's very fine margins at times. So, in terms of the fixtures that we have camera, you can see the general fixture list here. It's pretty damn well perfect, really. And the only games we've lost against are against sides that are near the top of the table. So in reality, that's sort of good. In a way, it means that against teams we should beat, we're dominating and winning the games. Not always playing well in those matches, of course. But doesn't Gladbach and Leipzig, we look at the league table, they're in the top 4. So it's not a big shock. And you look at the margins. The Leipzig game was the only game I think we played badly and lost. Gladbach, again, I think a draw was a fair result, maybe on reflection. And Hoffenheim, we were off it, and then 10 men. It was really, really dodgy. But obviously, the group stage, as you can see, we won our group. So we're in a good position, really. There's nothing really here that's really concerning me. It just needs to I just need to take more care. I've been on autopilot for a while because teams have been so good. Now I maybe just go in depth and just go around the teams a bit more and do some more stuff. Like, for example, the Scout Network here on the assignments, as you can see here. I need to rework this and maybe get rid of some of these scouts who are completely trash, and just maybe refresh things behind the scenes and look at the scouting better again, and look at certain areas of the team, and again maybe look for a German player and that kind of thing to bring to the team, and just look at strengthening general areas of the team and assessing the young players and drawing up a plan of what to do. You look at our development centre, you look at the overview. We've got some good young talents here, like Alex Bryan, who could be very good in the centre-back position for us in the future. He's English as well, which is interesting. We've got this young lad here who's, again, a good young striker. So we need to make a decision on some of these young players, and maybe target the really young talents and bring them in, and you know what I mean? So I think obviously the series would end when we win Champions League, of course, so it could be in the season, but I think we've got a plan for, long term, and that's what I want to do. Now, obviously, guys, in the comment section, if you get this far in the video, you can let me know, do you want me to continue this series at the end of the year? I'm fine to do it, but I'm fine to really just keep going throughout the summer and towards next FM. It'd be a long series if we did that, though. But if you want me to do that, then fine. That's fantastic. That's fine. Feedback is always welcome on that. The season this year, you look at the goal scoring, and Haaland is behind on goals compared to games. He's not unlike him. We have got an issue with Erling Haaland, though. I hinted at it last episode. Well, didn't hint it, I showed you it. He wants to leave the club. Now, this is the problem. I think what I would like to do is a scenario, I mentioned it before, I keep mentioning it, is the Martial scenario, where basically he wanted to leave the club in a Man United save, and I agreed a pre-transfer agreement for the summer for a big fee, and then suddenly that changed mentality because he's leaving the club. I don't want to sell him. I've got players in mind I want to bring in, but the problem we've got is there's nobody of the quality that I can easily get right now to replace Erling Haaland. I've got young talent in the team, like I said, but it's not a case of is the valuation right. The money's fine, but there's no point. The money's fine bringing in £200 million, whether the bid which I've bid in the past, which is like £250 million, £250 million straight cash. That is, by the way. And I've turned it down because I thought, well, the value for the money is only valuable if I can get a player to replace him in. It's all right getting the money in, but if I don't have a player to bring in, what is the point? So that is a big decision I've got to make in the summer, or maybe in January, actually. There's a player I want to bring in to replace him, but it's trying to agree a fee for the guy. That's the problem. But I want a lot of money for him. And luckily, on the finances, we've got a 95% percentage of the revenue, so we can actually... The money's not an issue with this club. Money's not an issue. It's just finding that balance and bringing the players in that we need to get to that next level. And I think it might be simply down to better coaches, better youth systems, and just really being harsh on some players in this team that I think maybe we just need to move on. For example, Bellingham is one I think we need to really consider. Not because I don't think he's good enough. Well, actually it is, but I think we can do better than this. I don't think it's going to get any better than this. I think we do, again, just look at these talents and bring in the best players. Of course, this is all going to be down for debate off camera. But overall, I'm not disappointed with our season, really. Got Fernando here, who I think could be a god of a player. Just don't play him enough, but it's hard to drop Haaland. How do you drop a player this quality? I will say Claudio has been a fantastic goalkeeper for me. I'm very pleased with him. He's made one mistake all season, really, that I can think of. Well, not all season, but all the time he's been here, which was against Madrid. Maybe the Bayern Munich game, but he just didn't do well on the shots, but no one of the errors, really. So the team's in a good position. Mariba's been brilliant in midfield. He's shown what I've missed with him in there, but the team needed a break. And I think you look at the second string players, they're not quite at the level we need them to be. And I think that's where we're letting ourselves down a little bit. So that's when the youth assessment comes into it, and we have to address that going forward. So coming up for the rest of the season, again, not going to make it too long this video. We're going to come back for Bayern Munich because that just makes sense to do that. After that, guys, I don't know what to do with the style. I mean, it would make sense to do 1, 2, 3, 4 games that come up for those two and go from there, just to get through the season a bit quicker. But I don't think you want to see Dusseldorf and Dresden alongside those, and I don't really want to do those games because, yeah, it's just... they're not games that are vital. I'd rather go ahead and do the second leg of that game, which will be against by Leverkusen, which makes more sense for me. So I think we'll do Bayern Munich then, and then we'll come back. What I might do is show that game. I'll show maybe don't I? So Bayern Munich next, one off live com. That's my style. Big games like that I've done in one video, and it's just that one game. Then we'll jump ahead, get through a bit quicker, and go first, go to and buy Leverkusen after that, and we'll go from there. And we'll see. I just think that's the way I prefer to do my preferences, and I've said now recently that's what I'm going to do. Is how I feel comfortable. And for me, whilst yes, it's good to have every big game shown, if I start doing that, we'd have like 20 episodes of the season, and I want to get through something a bit quicker, a bit faster. And obviously semi-finals will be shown in the full light. If we get to the final Champions League, that will be shown. Obviously, if the games are quite close together, then obviously they'll be shown together. But I think when there's a gap like that between two games, I want to just accept the catch of the first leg. You'll see it anyway with the games off camera, and then when we get to the later stages, big games in the later stages of competitions like semi-finals, second legs, and that kind of thing, that's when we change it and put them both together. But your thoughts and feelings are always welcome in the comment section. So next game is Bayern Munich. Big game, that big summer, big break here for the January winter period. Hopefully we can keep Haaland and get things back on track. But we'll have to wait and see on that. So if you enjoyed the episode, I hope you have. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new as well. Feedback always welcome, guys. I welcome constructive feedback on these videos. I think it's important to have that feedback, and I'll catch you all in the next episode. And don't forget to check out the Twitch channel. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and the VOD channel, and the Silence Tomorrow series, and Resident Evil Village. But until next time, thank you again for watching. Bye bye.